Hey guys, Marty. Welcome to the Hey guys, welcome. It's Marty with Options Unleashed. Welcome to the 3:15 halftime show. Sorry about that this morning. I was in a meeting at noon, but let's get right into it. Lots of stuff going on today. Didn't think it would be a big day, but let's take a look at it. The S&P, everything seems like it's getting crushed today, but it was like a slow grind. It looks like a slow grind down today. The S&P down 0.78 per almost a percent now. Q's down a little bit more. Gold, TLT, XLF down a whole percent. IWM, value stocks getting crushed. Retail getting crushed. As you guys know, I'm very short retail. I'm short premium. I'm negative delta. This is an option show, so we'll get right into it. The only really thing bucking the trend today is EEM, but let's look at the spiders, the S&P 500. Looks like this, really big bearish engulfing candle here today. Looks like the market is not doing well with this idea of higher rates for longer. A lot of Fed officials calling now for maybe 6% rates. Market's not factoring in this news, so we could see and we have CPI next week. I think it's on Valentine's Day. It might be, or is it? I think it's Valentine's Day. Let me know in the chat if I'm wrong on some of these things. It looks like the spiders could on any more bad news here can get back down to this 50-day moving average, which would be like a retest. So that's not a big deal, guys. But then there are some stocks bucking the trend. We'll get into it. But let's take a look really quick at what's going on with the spiders. It's just been a slow grind down. I actually tried to... I was thinking about getting in right here today at about 1 o'clock. It looked like a little bit of a bottoming pattern going on, and then it just fell off. So I'm kind of glad I didn't take a position. I would have had to take a stop loss on that. And as you guys know, I have the VIX over to the right. I look at the VIX to see what's going on with the overall fear and different levels. And it looks like it broke out. It came up here, and this is where it was going to touch. The VIX touched this 20 level, came back down, but then just blew right through it. So you know that's bad news coming, right? So the spiders are down. Disney, after hours last night, we had an earnings trade last night. Disney just, I had put in the Discord and also on Twitter today that I thought Disney would have a slow grind lower today, and then by 3:30 rally back to plus 3 points. So if you guys like that idea, go for it. It's just my opinion. It's not market advice, but I believe Disney's going to try to make a run by the end of the day to at least get back to even or up 3. I'm surprised actually by this move, even though I was bearish on the call. Here's my Disney trade. It's pretty much a loser, but it's a defined risk loser. I lost a whopping $215 on the day. No big deal. Or on the trade, sorry. I have a put diagonal. My shorts are going to expire worthless. I can close those down right now. I'll go ahead and just close those down for a penny. And then my longs are just going to stay on for next week. So if Disney continues to get crushed, I can make a little bit of money. But, hey, it was a trade. I expected them to report really bad earnings. They didn't. They kind of slightly tiptoed over the line. Their streaming business is not good. They're doing a restructuring. They're laying off 7,000 people. They're going to save like $5 billion, blah, blah, blah. So, they tripped over the line, but they're still overvalued. I will get back into Disney, like I said, in my Discord. I'm looking to get in around $90 to $95 in the long position. So this could just be a big reversal in here. So we'll just have to watch Disney. Nothing to write home about. Probably going to get some downgrades, if not already. let me know if you guys are hearing differently. But some of the other trades we want to look at today are, let's just review some of our winners and losers. Right now, the winners are, I have a trade on the dry bulk index. I'm not going to go into that. It's kind of a longer term call diagonal, and it's all over the place. So we're going to skip that one. Restoration Hardware is up. Netflix for me is up. I have a strangle in Restoration Hardware. Netflix, I have a strangle. Meta, I have some short calls. And in terms of retail, I'll be really quick. So my retail trades are Restoration Hardware, Darden Restaurants, Home Depot, Target, Nike, Ulta Beauty. That's about it. And Wayfair. These are all negative delta, even though actually Wayfair is positive now. But expecting retail just to kind of trip over itself and not do really well in here. So like Wayfair, got a nice little jade lizard on here, expiring the 17th of February. So that's another 8 days, another week. Got a lot of theta decay in here. Hopefully I love it right where it is. Nike, what do we got going on Nike? Nike, another jade lizard, profitable. Just, hoping they get the theta decay here. I'm learning not to touch these trades. I can go into more detail in the Discord if you want. Follow me. Join the Discord at Options Unleashed. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on YouTube. My Discord profile or link is in my Twitter bio. It's in the YouTube bio. What else? Restoration Hardware. I got a strangle going on in here. Two different calendars here. I got two different time frames. So we got the February 10th tomorrow expiring. This one's very hard to trade, by the way. Some people will avoid this. My buddies Tom and Tony over at Tasty Trade will tell me to avoid doing strangles in Restoration Hardware, but I did well with it last year, so I'm continuing with the restoration trade. I basically will sell into strength, right? So one strategy is you just sell puts into weakness and you sell calls into strength. That's worked out for me, although I kind of just try to stay nimble with this when I watch it, and I just don't let it get too fast on me. So in this one, I actually just had sold the put, I think, just recently on this one. So right now it's got a small profit on that in that date range. Darden Restaurants, another one. See where I'm doing on that one. Darden, another jade lizard. Because I've been liking the jade lizards for retail lately, because I think just everything's overbought in here. Expecting the retail to come down. Although Ulta is kind of going against me a little bit as expected. Ulta is, I've got a little put diagonal here, unbalanced put diagonal. Just playing around with some other trades with it, but I'm just going to let it sit. I've done really well with Delta over the years with short calls and strangles, and it's just run up a little bit. We got earnings. Earnings aren't coming out for a while, so I'm going to just trying to do a put butterfly before earnings, but earnings are 3.9. Wanted it to come down in here, but probably nothing really to write home about Ulta. But let's see, Netflix, Meta. Let's look at those really quick. Netflix doing well. I love this in here. Another March. This is a March 3rd. So that's 22 days out. Again, positive theta decay. We're using our tried and true option selling strategies, selling wide strangles when we have high IV rank and high implied volatility. If you guys are also following Tasty Trade, Tom and Tony, I kind of learned from those guys over the years and good friends with them. Highly recommend you guys check out the Tasty Trade Network, and I apply a lot of the same best practices and processes that they preach. I also use a lot of technical analysis, so I use that for my trade setups a lot. And then other than that, I just have a whole bunch of best practices that you can check out my Discord on. My Options 101, we go into position sizing, buying power reduction, risk management, also popular option strategies, understanding volatility, and then we get into all the Greeks and so on and so forth. But lots of stuff in there. Please check out my Discord. I do mainly options trading. I let my longs kind of sit in a 401k. So everything I trade here and you'll see here is all in my options account. So if you're doing options, this is a place I hope you guys can come and join the discussion, comment in the chat, ask questions, give me some ideas. Like, let's review trades. I do what I think would be a lot of advanced trades. So we're going to get into some of them today with PayPal, but let's take a look at what else I got going on here. Ambarella, I also got a trade on. See what's going on with Ambarella. Jade Lizard, it's fine because I have no risk to the upside. So here's a strategy, by the way, guys, that you might use when a Jade Lizard is moving above, against you. Not necessarily against you, but let's say this was the 24th of February. This guy is pretty much only 15 days out. This short put right here is pretty much 90% of the way there. So what you can do is you can basically just roll. Let's do that. Let's roll up our puts in this trade. So I'm going to buy back my puts at 30 cents. Going to put it in at the mid price there. So I filled that at 30 cents, and now I'm just still left with this short call spread for 15 days out. I can close it down now, or I can just roll up my puts. And notice I had a 78 put. And again, I'm just doing this live right now, guys. I haven't thought about this. So we're going to take a look at it, but this is how we trade. You have to trade mechanically. So I'm going to take that 78 put. I'm going to now look at the February 24th, make sure I'm in the same time frame. The volatility is 55% IV over here. Whatever platform you're using, you should be well aware of implied volatility, what the historic volatility is. If not, you can chart it. You can also, on the daily graphs, you can see in here what the implied volatility is. Ambarella is also got a lot of wide strikes here, so they have 25-cent strikes. Not very good. Again, Tom when Batista over at Tasty Trade would be probably mad at me. But let's take a look at that 78 put. I just sold that for 20 cents, but that was now a 5 delta, right? And so delta is probability. We like to trade 16 delta, so let me just bring that up to the 16 delta that's selling for 95 cents. That's about 80% of the out of the money. I like to go 85% out of the money. So and it just depends. It's all by feel, guys. So what I'll do is I'll say, you know what? I really like this strike in here, the 84 strike. And then I also would use technical analysis. Let's take a look at, I know I'm spending too much time on this because we want to get to PayPal, but Ambarella, ideally, where is it going to come back in the next 15 days? In the next 15 days, technically, it could come back down to this bar, this 90 level. Right? And it could probably drop even lower, but you know what? I'm okay with that 90 level, and even lower. So I kind of like this, and I need to do something. I either need to close down my short credit spread because I bought my put back. I either need to close down my short credit spread, or I need to just sell this put in here kind of blind, take the 16 delta, but we'll do that. We'll sell the 16 delta. Let's analyze it. All right. So it had 5 of those. So I know I need at least 3 of those to break even on the trade. Right. And I was already making money. Again, it was 0 risk to the upside. So I can sell at least 3 of these. And if it considered just as a lost cause, I'll recoup the $99, but if I want to go out to 5, I can still get some juice out of this trade. It's going to cost me a little bit. Let's say confirm and send. Let's do edit, and let's look at where it is. It's the mid price is $1, and let's just go like $1.10. And another thing I do is I look at these strikes, and I look at one above, a couple above, and so I know that this one's selling at $1. This one's selling at 120. So I know I can probably try to squeeze $1.10 out of this trade, and then I'll say good till cancel because it might fill in the morning or tonight. So I'll just say confirm and send on that. It's about a $4,000 buying power reduction. So we'll let that sit out there. and let's get into some other trades. So that was managing Ambarella. Let's see what else I've got that I can manage going out, like in terms of movement that I know I can cash out on. ServiceNow, Meta. Now I've got a nice strangle on. Do I need to do anything with it? Actually don't have a strangle. Well, I do have a strangle, but two different dates. I have the March 3rd. All right, it's about 50% in here. 330 of 671. I could close this down for a 50% profit, guys. But I think I'll let it go one more day. So I'll let that strangle sit in there. Nice theta decay in there. What else? We've got Meta. Meta is basically short calls in here, and Meta's come in really nice in here. So if I consider closing that down, I can buy both of those back for 45 cents. That's a 50% profit on the trade. So I'm out of that trade. That's a profitable trade, guys. You have to take profits. Just keep moving. Manage your winners. So Meta's out of there. The next one is Rivian, Nike, DRI. So we won't really get into these. I'm losing on, some of the techs, like Tesla doing really well today at 4. NVIDIA actually now negative for the day. And I'm short both of those premium. I had bought back my puts, but now I'm short. I'm short in those names. Short premium. So let's just get into PayPal, and I also wanted to cover Toast today before the end of the day. Before we do that, let's really quickly look here at the spiders. It looks like they're just selling off into the close here. So spiders just getting that nice parabolic move down. Let's take a look at Disney. People aren't liking where we are in here. Disney still heading lower. So you can draw a little trend line here. If it breaks that trend, it's going to make a run for it. Let's look at PayPal today. PayPal's got earnings tonight. Expected move on PayPal is about $6 move. Again, you can use the straddle at the money straddle to determine what the expected move is in a stock. You can also take a look at, since it's earnings tonight, you have a 1 day to expiration tomorrow, February 10th. You can take a look at the 16 delta. In here, we've got like the 15 delta at 59 cents. And you can look at the 15 delta or 16 delta on the call side. And you can turn that into a strangle. Now, those of you, we'll take a look at a couple trades. So this is $1.23, not bad. And let's see here. Not bad. That's 16 delta. There's not a lot of juice in there. It looks like my Ambarella filled, so I'm good on my Ambarella. I've rolled up my puts, and I'm good to go. I rolled up the strikes. The PayPal, the 123, it's okay. Let's look at the chart really quick. And I wasn't going to spend too much time. Sorry, I spent time on other stuff. I wanted to get to PayPal. I'm not really like super bullish or super bearish on PayPal. We know that if you guys have followed PayPal, it's been getting crushed throughout in here. It got crushed here and here. Basically, the company is not performing. Tons of problems with the company, just, not being able to monetize their Venmo and PayPal. And there's worries that this whole pay now, buy now, or what is it? Buy now, pay later mentality and all that stuff. They're really failing to monetize their consumers at this point. And that's my opinion. It's really hard to make money on an app where nobody clicks on ads, right? And also they're getting into new areas like, cryptocurrencies and, different forms of payments and things like this. But they're also getting pushed out by the likes of Amazon and other payment providers. And I'm not an expert in this by any means. And that's part of being an option trader, is we don't know everything about what's going on with the fundamentals. So I let the graph and the technicals speak for itself, but you can tell it's clearly in a downtrend. A lot of people think that, the bottom was in. There's some news that maybe there's some takeover. They've got a lot of cash maybe, and maybe there's some speculation about a takeover or even some activism. So this thing, if here's the deal, like if they do well tonight, they could easily pop 6 to 12 and they could probably get up to that 87 level, fill that basically that 50-day gap and then continue higher, and they touch that next breakout level up here in the green. That's an option. Another option is if they just fall apart miserably, they're going to fill this gap down here at the where was I? They're going to fill this gap down here at the what is this gap? 71 area. Right. And that's why you have your $6 move. Your $6 move is kind of taking into consideration this gap. It's not by accident, guys. All these implied volatilities are not by accident. And then what happens if they just completely get crushed? They're done. If they really just get annihilated, which a lot of people are thinking it's not going to happen, they're going to drop below 66, right, easily. So if you want to take a look at a stab here, I would say this 71 area looks good. And then I like this 93 area at the 50-day. So let's look at those really quick and think or swim. Now, one thing is these are $1.23 for 1 day out because it's 191% now implied volatility. But what if we were to go out to March on this trade and we still like that 71 area? The 16 delta is a 67. Right? Which I like that a lot. And the 16 delta, and we said 93, right? The 16 delta is 92.5 here. And if they could, if let's say they crush it, we can get up to that 90% out of the money probability, and we can go to $1.93 in March and give ourselves more time. So one idea is to do the $1.22 strangle for tomorrow. And one thing that to note when we, as option traders too, is we go, sometimes it's a trend. The trend right now has been that earnings have been inside moves. That means they've been inside these expected moves. What do you guys think about that? If you have anybody have any comments on that? Not really sure what you guys are thinking there. The other one is this $1.93. This is much better. Sorry, I was thinking. This is a much better opportunity, but you have more time. You have more time to get in trouble too as well. But I actually like the juice in this one because you're still going to get volatility crush. Another thing you can do here, guys, is take a look. I always check just in case. What's the diagonal look like? Because we only have 1 day left. And if you want to take a look at what happens if they do really well and they get up to that $87 move, get up to that $87 call diagonal at 69 cents. Let's take a look at this one. This one isn't a bad deal. You're now risking 67 cents to make, maybe $1.91, which isn't a bad risk reward. If you can get up to that 87 level, it's going to do really well. So this is a trade I like right here. And you now this is where you kind of look at your risk. How much are you willing to risk on this trade? $67, you might want to, buy 5 of those. I'd risk 344 to make $1,000, and that would be tomorrow. I can take it off tomorrow, right? Because that short put expires tomorrow. And I typically take these off after earnings right away, because if you mess with them, your premium just goes to zero, I found. So when you're trading diagonals on earnings, you have to take them off at 9:30 on the open. If you don't, you're going to lose money every minute. And if you're lucky, it goes into your favor between 9:30 and 10, but you have to be ready to take off your diagonal by 10 o'clock. So I like that trade. Another trade you can do is say, let's say they got crushed completely and they get below that $60 level. You could end up, you can actually, let's say that you think they're going to get completely annihilated on the put side. You can do a put diagonal for 20 cents, right? And you can kind of just protect against anything there and still pay only here $78. So you can bring that up to let's say you want to spend $100 for protection, just in case they get crushed. And then you've got this is called a double diagonal. So you can do a diagonal both directions here. You can still make a profit. I like both these trades. I'll put these in right now for 65 cents and maybe 18 cents. So I'll confirm and send these, and I'm not going to say good till cancel. I'm just going to confirm it because it's today only, and I'm going to confirm and send this one today only. And then I actually do like this longer dated strangle out here for the $1.94. Let's see if I can see what this is bidding. I can get it up to the $1.95 maybe. Let's see if it even hits $2 by the end of the day. We'll get those off. It's a $700 buying power. Maybe I would do like 3 of those because you go by your risk, right? So I would be willing to risk $2,000, $2,300 for that. That's it on PayPal. The only other thing I was going to cover today was Toast, but maybe we'll do that at another earnings event. And let's just take a look at what's going on rest of the day here. That's about it, guys. Thanks for watching. Please join my channel if you like live option trading. Please drop me a note. Join the Discord. Get involved in what's going on in the Discord. Let's look at different strategies. Tell me what you guys are trading. Been doing this a lot of years, so want to try to have a community of traders. If you're trading options, either you're new at it or you are experienced with all these strategies that we are talking about today, please join the channel and let's have a discussion and become better option traders. Thanks again, and have a great rest of your afternoon and a happy Friday.